My girlfriend walked away saying she needed space to focus on herself and told me to keep the $13K ring, so I spent it on a wild Vegas trip, and 2 days later, she was at my door begging me to talk. I'm Caleb. I'm 35, and honestly, I'm still wrapping my head around everything that just happened. But weirdly enough, I feel calm, clear even. It all kicked off yesterday around 2 in the afternoon. I was at home, wrapping up some work, when my phone buzzed. It was a message from Lana, my girlfriend of 4 years. We got engaged 6 months ago. Her text said, "Caleb, I need space to reconnect with myself as an artist. I'm moving out to focus on my creative journey. Keep the ring. I don't deserve it after putting my dreams on hold for this relationship." I read it once, then again, and one more time, just to make sure I wasn't misreading. We'd been together for 4 years. She'd been living in my house for the last 2. I spent 13 grand on that engagement ring. We were already deep into wedding planning, deposits down, venues picked, but instead of freaking out or blowing up, I felt this strange icy clarity. Lana had been going on about her creative calling for months, started spending more and more time with this artsy crowd downtown, always coming home late from gallery openings or collaborative sessions. I'd even found receipts for pricey art supplies she clearly couldn't afford on her part-time marketing salary. So yeah, I knew exactly what was going on. I texted her back, "Smart decision." Then I blocked her number. Next step, logistics. I called my jeweler. "Hey Julian, it's Caleb. That engagement ring I bought 6 months ago, 2-carat princess cut. Can you buy it back?" He hesitated. "Everything okay, man? Wedding's off," I said. "She's chasing her art now." He let out a soft damn, then said he could take it back. "Given the stone and the setting, I can offer $10,800. You paid 13, but that was retail. I'll take it," I said. "Can you pick it up today?" "Yeah, sure. I'm sorry, man." 2 hours later, Julian showed up at my door. I handed him the ring. He gave me a certified check for $9,800. Done. By 6 p.m., I'd fired off a group text to my 3 closest college buddies. "Vegas this weekend. You in?" Within the hour, everyone was on board. Flights booked, suite reserved, entertainment covered. The ring money paid for everything. 4 guys, full weekend. Even had cash left over. Meanwhile, Lana's stuff was still cluttered all over my house. Her easel was still in the guest room. Paintings stacked along the walls. Half the garage was packed with brushes and tubes of paint. I didn't touch a thing. That was her problem to figure out. Right now, I'm sitting at the airport, waiting for my flight. Still haven't heard a word from her since that message. Dead silence. I guess she's deep into her artistic journey. Update 1. 1 week later. Just got back from Vegas. First off, thanks for all the replies and support. It's good to know I'm not crazy for taking her message literally. That trip was exactly what I needed. Just 4 guys, 0 drama, and a whole lot of fun. We hit the tables, caught a show, ate like kings, and yeah, the ring money covered everything. And I still came back with about 2 grand to spare. I didn't think much about Lana, not until I got home Sunday night. But Monday morning, around 10 a.m., there's this loud pounding at my front door. I peek through the window, and there she is. Lana, standing there with 2 suitcases, looking like a mess. Hair tangled, clothes wrinkled, dark circles under her eyes. I open the door. She exhales like she's been holding her breath. "Thank God you're here," she says. "My key doesn't work." "I changed the locks," I replied. Her face dropped. "What? Why would you do that?" "You moved out," I said. "That's what your text said." "I didn't mean forever. I figured I'd come back after a few days. Just needed to clear my head." I leaned against the doorway. "Where have you been?" She avoided eye contact. "Staying with some folks from the art collective." "Which folks?" I asked. She shrugged. "Does it matter? I'm back now. We can talk this out." "It actually does matter," I told her. "Whose couch were you sleeping on?" There was a long pause. "Trevor's place." Trevor, the guy who runs the art collective, the married guy in his 40s, who always seemed a little too invested in Lana's growth as an artist. "So, how'd that go?" I asked. She looked annoyed. "His wife came home early from visiting her sister. It was a misunderstanding. She freaked out, and I had to leave." "A misunderstanding? You were just talking about brushstrokes and color theory at 3 a.m. in his studio. That's not fair," she snapped. "I came back because I realized I screwed up. I love you, Caleb. We can get past this." "Where's the ring?" I asked. She looked down at her hand. "You told me to keep it. I thought that meant it was mine." "I sold it," I said plainly. Her face went pale. "You what? You said you didn't deserve it." "I figured you meant it. I got $9,800 for it. Paid for a hell of a weekend in Vegas." That's when the tears hit. Full breakdown mode. "Caleb, please. We can buy a new one. I'll get a real job. I'll pay you back." "With what?" I asked. "You quit your job 2 months ago. I'll figure it out. Just please let me in to get my stuff." "Your things are still here," I said. "Come get them this weekend. Bring a truck. Can't I just move back in?" "We were engaged." "Were," I said, past tense. "You ended that with a text." Then I closed the door and went back to my coffee. She banged on it for another 5 minutes before giving up. That was Monday. It's Friday now, and let me tell you, the aftermath, it's been a show. Update 2. 3 weeks later. The past couple of weeks have basically been a crash course in escalating desperation. First came the family intervention. Lana's mum, Elaine, called me on Wednesday after the door incident. "Caleb, I'm really concerned. Lana says you threw her out and sold her engagement ring just to be spiteful." I said, "Elaine, she texted me that she was moving out to focus on her art. I simply respected her decision. The ring was legally mine until we got married. She gave it back. She's staying in cheap motels now. She has nowhere to go." "That's unfortunate," I said, "but she put herself in that position when she decided to shack up with Trevor." Silence. "What do you mean, Trevor?" Apparently Lana had left that part out when explaining things to Mum. "Ask your daughter where she's been staying and why Trevor's wife kicked her out." Click. Elaine hung up. The pickup happened on Saturday, just like we planned. Lana showed up with her sister Chloe and a U-Haul. I had everything packed up and waiting by the front door. Took me 3 hours Friday night, but I wanted it done cleanly. "Everything's here," I told her. "The easel, canvases, art supplies, clothes, books, all of it." Chloe gave me dirty looks the whole time while they loaded. Lana kept trying to start little conversations. "Caleb, that sunset painting, I made that for us. Can I leave it here?" "Nope, it's your art. Take it with you." "What about the coffee maker? We bought that together. I have the receipt. It's on my credit card. It stays." This back and forth dragged on for almost 2 hours. Every shared item turned into some negotiation. Luckily, I had receipts or card statements for pretty much everything important, and for the few things I couldn't prove, I just let her take them to avoid more arguing. Finally, the truck was loaded. Right as they were about to leave, Lana made one last attempt. "Caleb, I know I hurt you, but 4 years has to count for something. Can't we at least be friends? Friends don't break up with each other over text so they can crash at a married art teacher's studio." Chloe jumped in. "She made a mistake. People make mistakes." "Sure," I said, "and people deal with the consequences of those mistakes. Goodbye, Lana." They drove off. That night, I changed the locks again, just to be safe. Last week, I heard from a mutual friend that Trevor's wife filed for divorce. Apparently, she'd been documenting his flings for a while, just waiting for the right moment to hit the eject button. Lana was the final straw, but far from the only one. Turns out, Trevor had a pattern. Lana wasn't special, just the latest in a long line. Once the story got out, the whole art collective fell apart. Trevor skipped town. Rumor is he was months behind on rent and using member fees to bankroll his lifestyle. Other women came forward too, once the truth started spreading. As for Lana, she blew through her savings in under 3 weeks. Motels, storage fees, all of it. She had to move back in with Elaine, 2 hours away. She tried to get her old marketing job back, but they'd already hired someone else. Last I heard from Maya, our mutual friend, Lana's working retail now and living at home. She spends most of her time complaining that all men are liars and the art world is full of predators. Zero self-awareness. Still hasn't figured out she's the common denominator in every one of her problems. Final update. Almost 3 months later. Time to close the chapter. It's been 10 weeks since Lana sent her finding herself message, and since the pickup, everything's gone quiet. No calls, no legal threats, no family guilt trips. I think it finally hit her that she's stuck with a bunch of art supplies and no way to pay for storage or anything else. Meanwhile, I'm doing great. I used the leftover ring money to finally get that motorcycle I'd been eyeing. Joined a local riding group, met some new people. I started dating again about a month ago. Her name's Rachel. She's 31. Has a stable career, her own apartment, and her life together. No artistic soul-searching, no drama, no secret married mentors. It's honestly refreshing. The house finally feels like mine again. Clean, quiet, peaceful. No canvases everywhere. No paint tubes on the floor. No chaotic energy. Lana wanted space to find herself as an artist. What she actually found was that she wasn't one. Trevor wanted a young side project. He lost his wife and his business. His wife wanted evidence. She got it. I wanted a loyal partner. What I got instead was a wake-up call. Now, I've got someone better. Sometimes, the best revenge is just letting people live with the choices they made. Let them feel the full weight of it. The trash took itself out. I just made sure the door stayed closed.